Hi, George here with MJ. Today we're doing something different, trying out a little video review of a wine. And let me tell you right off the bat here, this wine is incredible. We had a great time. We had a great time going over the nose, the palate, the finish. We enjoyed it a little too much. It's
really exceeded all of our expectations.
Oh yeah. Now that we got that out of the way, the wine is FUCK. It is out of Lazio, Italy. It is a blend primarily of Cab Sauv. It's got Petit Verdot and Primitivo, which is a Zinfandel grape. And it is, as I said, it's awesome. Before we get into the notes on it and start gushing about it and ramble on for hours, a little backstory to the wine. The name FUCK comes from
James Joyce's Ulysses.
Ulysses. There's a song he has in there that goes, "If you see K, tell him he may.
CUNT, tell him from me."
And James Joyce liked to
embellish a little bit.
Well, I wouldn't say it, but he liked to throw in some hidden meanings there. If you think about it, if you really think of the name FUCK, you'll figure it out. Think about that through the video. We'll tell you what that is at the end, and maybe you'll be right, maybe you won't. We'll find out. And FUCK is not the only thing in that little line of the book, but we're not going to tell you the other one. Let's get to the notes here.
Right off the bat with this wine, just bombarded with dark, rich fruits. Raspberry, blackberries, dark cherry, it feels like I'm out in the field in a blackberry patch just going to town. That's it's an amazing nose to this wine, something that I really wasn't expecting at all, and kind of punched me in the face the first time I got a whiff of it.
I have to say I was completely taken aback. I wasn't expecting it to be so rich and robust. As he said, a lot of dark fruits, the black raspberry, blackberry, dark cherries. It's incredible. There's a little currant in there. It's so rich, deep, and complex. And if you look at the color, it's just a deep, deep ruby. Little purple to it. A little purple to it, but it's very deep, very, very red. It's incredible. And on the palate, you get a lot of those deep, rich fruit flavors. There's a little mocha in the back, but it's a lot of the dark fruits, the cherries, the raspberries, the blackberries.
This wine really perplexed me at first because it's so dry, but at the same time, it's so sweet. You really get bombarded with those fruit flavors, just like George said, and then it smooths out into this nice dry finish. It's such a well-rounded tannin flavor. There's no metallic tint to it. It's really very, very well-rounded, very well crafted. Definitely a lot of plum, a lot of that blackberry. Those dark, deep fruit flavors are in there.
And as he said, it's dry, but the sweetness, the way I describe it, it's dry, but incredibly fruity. There's a lot of fruit flavors. The sweetness is more, instead of a true sweetness, it's just the fruit flavors bring it a lot of life while still maintaining its dryness without any hint of being vinegary. We did let the bottle sit for a while. We did let it breathe for a while before we went into it, probably about an hour.
About an hour.
Longer than we expected to, but things came up, and by things I mean we filmed another video and we're having a terrible time with it. But this wine, it's incredible. From the nose all the way to the finish, it's really robust without being overwhelming. It's full of those deep, rich fruit flavors, and it's an incredible ride.
Yeah.
The finish the mouthfeel of it is another interesting thing. It's so elegant and creamy and just so easy to drink. It's not in any way, shape, or form unpleasant. It's perfect. This is as close to perfect as I've ever had a red blend.
Yeah, if you're somebody that doesn't really like blends, this is the perfect wine to get into. It's so complex. This is exactly what a blend should be. You're taking the best notes from each wine category and melding them together. It really is astonishing.
But the thing is with this, just remember, it is primarily a cab, so you get mostly cab, but the Petit Verdot and the Primitivo really do, as you said, bring the best of each world and put them together in just an amazing glass of wine.
As far as a score for this wine goes, I put it at a 95. There are very few wines that I've had that even come close to this one. This is I'm a big red wine drinker. This is exactly what I look for in a wine, and I'm very impressed with this product.
I'm going to have to one-up him there and say 96. As much as I said this wine is as close to perfection as I've had, there's no such thing as perfection. There's always room for improvement. A 96 is a very solid mark, and I highly recommend getting a bottle. It was about around $20, so it's a little more on the expensive side for wine. I know, of course, there are people out there that'll spend hundreds of dollars on a bottle, but remember, you don't really need to spend more than $15 to get a great bottle of wine. $20 for something truly incredible and excellent. And I'd say get out there and get it. And now, as promised, if you didn't get F-U-C-K earlier, it's fuck. It's F-U-C-K. It's fuck.
Love the poetry of it.
F-U-C-K. Tell him he may.
C-U-N-T. Tell him from me.